everybody, it's Nutty Nail Co collab time again, and we're going to do where we're from. So we're spread all over the place, us. So I'll let you all tell you where they're from, but I am going to do a set of acrylics for you today, and I'll show you what we're doing, and then while I'm doing it I'll have a chat about where I'm from. So you might have guessed if you've looked at the thumbnail. So what I've done is I've got Eve ready and I've just stuck these. I wanted to do some almondy shape today. So I've stuck them on. This is my new favourite, this now. This is Nail Tips Clear, and what I found with some of these solid gels that you use to stick your tips on, they don't really file. They're a bit rubbery, whereas this one got a tiny little bit down that edge there and it just filed off fine. And yeah, I like it. Crystal clear, smashing. I like that. So I've done that, and then I've done some swatches of the acrylics I'm going to use. So that's those swatches, so I'll keep those handy, and I've got an idea of what I'm going to do colours wise. Design wise, no idea, winging it as usual. And I ain't got a coffee, so I've got to go and get one. Back in a minute. You go and get one. Go and get your coffee while I go and get mine. Right, I've tried to edit this down because I was playing on these for ages. And as you can see, the ring finger, I've already put some pale blue on that. But through the process of editing and me faffing and not liking it, you'll see it changes into something else and then changes back again. I don't know anything about that. I couldn't get rid of it. It just looks funny. Silly. Anyway, I've gone for subtle reference to where I'm from rather than sort of in your face stuff. And I'll tell you a little bit. I'm from Sheffield, which is in South Yorkshire, which is north-ish in, we're not far north, but north-ish in England, in the UK. And Sheffield has been known for many, many years to people in England as Steel City, because we've got a lot of claims to fame, really. The crucible, a melting pot, a way of generating much higher heat to melt the alloys needed for metals, steel, things like that, was invented here by Benjamin Huntsman. And so our theatre is called the Crucible, and in the Crucible they hold the World Snooker Championships every year, so it's quite famous for that. But long before we were famous for steel, we were quite famous for cutlery. So this finger here is a representation of that. So we did a lot of silver plating. Cutlery was sent all over the place, and so I've put a bit of shiny foil on there to represent the cutlery and the steel city. Now I wanted to put the white at the bottom because obviously when the industry was going quite strong, it would have been a little bit smoggy around town centre or where the works were. And now we've got beautiful, beautiful clean air, and we've got so many trees in Sheffield. It's very, very green. We have more trees than population. I think we've got about 1.2, 1.3 million occupants and about 2 million trees. And many years ago I heard that Sheffield was one of the greenest places in Europe. We've got so many parks. We've even got a national park here. I'll tell you a few more little facts that I find quite interesting as we go along. So this one here, I'd got this lovely grey from Neo. Incidentally, there's one of these greys in the advent calendar because I ended up buying two. I liked it that much. I bought another one. I thought, oh, I've already got one. So I've put it in the advent calendar giveaway. So this nail is just steel. It is said that stainless steel was invented in Sheffield years leading up to World War One. I've got something pulled up I can read. There was an increase in demand for steel due to wartime arms production. However, erosion and rust on guns and rifles caused major problems. So in 1915, a Sheffield man, Harry Brearley, Harry was my dad's name, incidentally, announced that he invented a so-called non-rusting steel. Later became known as stainless steel. And because of the steel industry, we were a target for bombings, I'm afraid. So a lot of the kids were kind of shipped out of the city into the country during the war. And the Sheffield Blitz left a lot of unexploded bombs in Sheffield. During the 3-day massive raids on the city, 600 people were killed and as many people injured. Yeah, many didn't explode and remained left buried and undetected in various parts of the city, even today, it says. Now, Sheffield in Yorkshire. So what I'm doing here is I'm doing a little bit of 3D with acrylic and I'm doing the Yorkshire rose. So the Yorkshire rose is white and the Lancashire rose is red. And when the families combined, they made a red and white one for a Tudor rose. The House of York, hence Yorkshire. What else? Oh yes, Sheffield also has the oldest football club in the world. Hallam FC, I think it is where they started. And Sheffield Wednesday, we have Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United. And Sheffield Wednesday is the Owls, and they are blue and white. And Sheffield United are called the Blades, red and white. And it's said that Sheffield Wednesday got its name because it's the only day they didn't work and that's when they met up. So just back to the nails for a second. I'm just having a go at this 3D with the acrylic. This is Nail Mega White, and yeah, I'm not a world expert at this, but I thought I would give it a go. So I've cut out some of this and I'll go to it sometime later because you don't want to see the whole process, it's 2 layers big. So I'm doing with the white and it has some green leaves as well, so I'll show you when I put that on as well. Can you see that nail? That index finger, I did in, sorry, the ring finger, I did decide, because of the, I wanted to bring the trees aspect, I had to bring some green into this. But I did this and then decided it was overpowering it, so I ended up filing it off and redoing it again. But I do put a bit of green back because I've just got to have some green. I would go abroad with my husband and we'd live in Dream City and we'd think, oh, I could live here. And we'd have a look through estate agents and we think, should we get a pad for summer and this, that and the other. And then I'd come back, get off the plane in Manchester, and we have 2 ways in, really, to come back to Sheffield. And there's Snake Pass and Woodhead. And on either of them, you'd get on it and you're driving through hills and dales and it's beautiful and green and there's lakes and you just go, nah, I'll stop here. As beautiful as it is abroad, I'd miss the English weather. We love to have a moan, so we can have a moan about it being too hot and then we can have a moan about it being too cold. Yeah, but wherever we live in Sheffield, we've got about 5 minutes and we're really in open countryside. So this ring finger, yeah, I've just put the green on the bottom with the blue sky just to represent how I feel about it. And obviously we've got the monarchy. So I found I'd got this little crown, and I'm just going to stamp that and put some chrome powder on. So I was born and bred here. I was born in my mum's bed in the house she lived in until she died at 82. So she'd been in there about 60 odd years. And I'm very, very lucky that my close family of all bar one nephew, everybody stayed in Sheffield, and there's loads of us. There are loads of us. I'm one of 5. And then we've all got us married or partners, and then their kids, and then we've started having the grandkids, and we all get together. There's about 30 of us, and we've all stayed around here, and we meet up often, and family is very, oh, I've got to get emotional, very important. So I know I've not really talked about nails this time, and this is about where we're from, so I hope you've enjoyed it. I know I've waffled. Please head over and have a look at the playlist, because everybody's done something completely different. I'm just setting it up for photo here. Everybody's done something completely different. We're from spread all over the place, not all just in the UK, and there's some fabulous sets. So pop over, have a look, get the playlist running, get yourself a cup of tea and enjoy. Love you loads. Take care. See you soon. Bye.